All right. All right. All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. TaeJa versus TricKsteR's coming up next. Match number 7. It's going to be on Crossfire. I am Moltrap coming at you here from the GSL studio in Mokdong. Mokdong is like neighborhood, I guess, in Seoul. Kind of, basically. Isn't Dong like kind of like a neighborhood?
Yeah. It's like a small
yeah.
little
neighborhood.
I don't know how to like say it in English.
It's not like I don't know. Anyway, we are here in Seoul, Korea, and you can be too. If you come to Seoul, come over to Mokdong, and you can come watch the GSL.
Yeah,
we got a lot of people here today. So there's actually a girl here from Malaysia earlier who was a Marine King fan, and she got here early. She was like the first one here, and she was first time here, and she was like worried that she was going to be the only one here. And we're like, no, don't worry about it. More people will show up, and then like a bunch more people showed up.
There's
so
a lot of people here today.
Unfortunately, her favorite Marine King is at 1 and 2 right now, not looking too good. But this match is a must-win. Well, it's not really it's really important for TricKsteR. He's at 1 and 1 right now.
Yeah.
If he loses this match, he's at the 1 and 2.
And then he has to hope
spot.
that JYP loses.
Exactly. Once you have those 2 losses, then you really have to hope that other people lose in the proper way that you can get into it. TaeJa, though, he's at 2-0, man. If he loses this, he could probably still take an easy win against the horrible Zerg versus Terran of Violet and advance, but he still wants this win to secure that spot, because if he wins this, he's Kodas, period.
Yeah, I don't think TaeJa will have any trouble with Violet at all. But, yeah, like you were saying, if TricKsteR loses this, he's going to have to hope for the 3-way tie.
Which might happen, I guess, actually.
It's entirely possible.
I have to look at the matches. It's kind of confusing how they all line up here.
But, you know, either way, this is a really good map for Terran, and I think TricKster's going to have his work cut out for him here. He's going to have to play extremely safe. Certain styles are really good on this map, and certain styles are just not. And I think we're going to see a very interesting game. Whenever TricKsteR plays on this map, there tend to be interesting games, especially when he plays against Clyde. Sometimes things get a little nuclear. The countdown has started. We're going to jump into this game. I am Wolf. With me is Moltrap. This is the up and down match. TaeJa is 2-0. TricKsteR's tied at 1-1. I keep saying he's tied. I said that on the other day, too. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. 1 win and 1 loss, yeah. So we're going to find it here in just a second if TaeJa can take himself to a 3-0 lead and clinch a spot in Kodas here at the GSL. Down here at the bottom left-hand corner of Crossfire is our Terran player, who is currently 2 wins and 0 losses.
Slayers, TaeJa.
There he is. And here is his opponent, former captain of a Brood War team, trying to make it in Starcraft 2, trying to keep his Kodas hopes alive.
TricKsteR.
Startail TricKsteR. And if he does win this game, TricKsteR will be in one of the leadership positions in this group. And Wolf, tell us what you spotted here.
An 11 assimilator.
What?
That is actually the fastest assimilator I think I've ever seen. Ever.
That's pretty fast.
I made some hyperbole earlier, but this may be the fastest assimilator anyone has ever made.
It's possible.
So most likely with this,
yeah,
we will see Dark Templar.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's a few other options, but that seems to be the most common.
Yeah, the idea here is you start getting gas early so that you have enough of it saved up by the time you need it later on, and then you can just get the 1 gas. And if you get scouted and they only scout 1 gas, and they're not smart enough to like click on the gas and see how much you've mined, they think, oh, well, this is a normal timing. He got his gas after his gateway, like in core. along with his core, so he can start making, stalkers and stuff like that. So, and it might not even get scouted theoretically, depending on how late he scouts. He is scouting now, though, so he might see this. It is just going to come down to if he spots it, what's going on or not.
Well, he's completely skipped getting his second gas. Now, back at the base of TaeJa, he went gas and is actually going to be 2 raxing 1 reactor going down. He's probably going to do 1 reactor, 1 tech lab, 2 racks.
And we're going to watch TaeJa's view and see if he clicks on that gas or not. And he sees the gas up, but he doesn't actually click on the assimilator to see how much gas has been taken.
He has no idea.
So he has no idea what's going on. He thinks it's a normal gas timing.
Yeah, he has no way of knowing without clicking, and we did absolutely check to make sure. And TricKsteR has hidden a pylon down here at the bottom. Now, this could be one of 2 things. This could be Dark Templar. This also could be Void Rays. He may actually just be trying to mask that he's doing a Void Ray all-in by hiding one of those gases. So when TaeJa goes in there, he's like, well, he only took 1 gas, and that is it.
There you go.
I actually thought about doing this build the other day when I was like, well, when I do 2 gases, they can assume that I'm going Stargate. I mean, they can't assume that, but they've got that potential in their head. And on this map, obviously, it's really easy to do a Void Ray all-in because of the structural debris there. I really like this build, man.
Now, in the meantime, TaeJa is going for a pretty strong build of his own. Sella actually gave us a little bit of a hint earlier. He said he was going to do 2 racks with 1 having a tech lab earlier, and he has gone for that after all. He wasn't sure if he was going to go for it, depending on what he scouted. But he is going for this 2 racks. Unfortunately, that means he's making Marauders. Well, I don't want to say unfortunately, because those are going to help, obviously, but more Marines is better against Void Ray, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, you know what's really the problem for TaeJa is he is just barely outside of vision of these rocks. And the Void Ray is going to charge up on those rocks. The rocks are going to go down so fast, and that is going to be the main attack point for TricKsteR's attack. He's gone up to 4 gates. He's doing the most all-in version of the Void Ray all-in. It's the 1 Void Ray, 4-gate Void Ray all-in.
Wow. Yeah.
With an 11 assimilator.
Oh no, and TaeJa is moving out at the wrong time. The Zealot is coming in to see what's going on, and the Void Ray is going to gain vision. Ironically, that Zealot actually drew his army back in closer.
This is a mistake, I think. This is actually not a good move by TricKsteR. Now his Zealots are going to get taken out, and so will his Void Ray if he's not perfectly careful with that.
Yeah, he actually should have just let that army move out.
I don't understand why he made this choice.
Now he's going to kill the pylon! The Stalkers warp in, but that means no more reinforcements for this attack. He cannot warp in on the high ground. This rush is over.
Basically over, yeah.
He just, I mean, that rush hinged on warping in secretly on the high ground, and he can't do that anymore.
Yeah, he would have been able to use the rocks to have a charge with Void Ray as well. Nothing with the way he planned. I actually can't even begin to understand why he thought it was a good idea to warp in those Zealots in that moment and attack. He's like, I see this army is way too big for 4 Zealots to handle, and it's coming home. I guess I'll just warp in 4 Zealots and watch them die.
I don't know.
I'm like, this is a beautiful build. This is going to work so well. No! TricKsteR, you disappoint me.
I am disappointed, TricKsteR.
The Void Ray harass is, going to be somewhat effective.
Yeah, I mean, at least what it's going to do is keep him in his base. TaeJa can't move out and kill him right now because of this Void Ray, at the very least, until he gets out of Viking. Because he went for the 2 racks, he's behind in tech. He's just getting a starport now, so it's going to be a while until he gets something that can hold off this Void Ray without having a bunch of Marines around. So at the very least, he's got that going for him. Is TricKsteR going to expand off this because he knows that? He has
to, and the scan finishes, and I think now that the scan is gone, TricKsteR's going to make a Nexus, but you know what? TaeJa is actually just going to be able to move out with a small force. If he kills this Void Ray right now, which because TricKsteR's not microing or paying attention, he will.
Oh my god, he stims a few Marines forward.
Oh my god, one more shot would have done it.
4 hit points left on that Mentor Void Ray.
Wow, that was oops.
That was oops. That's for sure. So yeah, TricKsteR now getting that Nexus down, and is going to have to try and defend that. But that Void Ray is now no longer very much of a threat because the Starport's out, and it's very low on hit points, so he can't really go in without risk of losing it. He's probably going to go medevac Viking.
He's actually just, I think he's just going to skip Vikings entirely. He's just going to...
Oh, wait, he cancels Medevac, actually. There it goes again.
He's just going to make Medevacs, and he's going to drop. He's going to harass as he makes his Command Center. He's going to have Stim and Medevacs before TricKsteR has any upgrades whatsoever. He just has Gateway units. He's got a lot of Sentries, which aren't going to be very useful once the Medevacs are out. And, of course, he already has Stim, so we're just going to watch TricKsteR slowly die here.
Or maybe not too slowly.
Unless TaeJa makes critical mistakes, we're just going to watch TricKsteR die a slow and painful death.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and the reason it's going to be slow, I guess, is because he has a lot of Sentries, so he can force field the ramp. He can hold TaeJa back for a while, unless TaeJa goes around kind of the left, top left. If he does that, he could kind of go through. But yeah, he's already got Stim. He's going to have Combat Shields and Medevacs out in a second together, and it's going to be a fearsome force for TricKsteR to deal with.
Yeah, all these Marines are going to get 10 hit points back right now.
And he's going to Stim up the ramp. Oh!
That was a terrible idea, and you know what? I mean, I said unless he makes silly mistakes, and that was a little bit silly.
Yeah,
I saw how many sentries there were. It was not a good idea to try to go
Why doesn't he just go around the left side of the map to the more open attack point to the natural?
He wants to try to pick units off right here. He wants to be able to use this dropship exactly how he's using it now. There's a Void Ray prepared for this very same reason, though.
Nice Void Ray placement.
That was actually really smart by TricKsteR.
And he actually micros his Medevac and loses it.
All right, now TaeJa says he has had enough. He's actually pulled. He's actually pulled about 10 SCVs.
Wow, but I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish more than what he's done already against the force fields.
He needs to attack away from the ramp.
Yeah,
and he can do so without TricKsteR knowing about it, because TricKsteR doesn't have a watchtower that can spot that area. He is making a pylon to spot for it though, which is pretty smart. Pylon's not going to be around much longer.
He's going to spot it, but the SCVs are coming behind it, so he doesn't know just how committed he is just yet. Here he comes in. Oh, TricKsteR's up his own ramp in the wrong spot. TaeJa able to get a nice attack concave. Nice force fields forcing the army back, though, and actually with the force field placement, TricKsteR may hold this.
Yes, it's actually so crazy, and TaeJa's got a little too excited. Now TricKsteR, I mean, he's actually won this game.
Yeah.
This game is over, man. That's it. And like I said, we're going to watch him slowly lose unless TaeJa makes a bunch of critical mistakes. And then TaeJa was like, yeah, it's possible. Then he made a bunch of critical mistakes.
Yeah, and TaeJa, if he'd expanded behind, what the?
GG.
Oh, man.
Well, I just feel so dumb now. I'm like, oh, we're going to watch him slowly die. And then TaeJa's like, no. I see with I have a watchtower and a factory, and I see that the sentries, there's like 8 of them with full energy, but for some reason I'm going to try to attack up the ramp anyways when he has a better concave than me? What? What is going on with these players suddenly? I'm like, oh, we're having a good day of up and downs, and these guys are like, no, I just want to make Wolf angry.
Well,
I mean, then TricKsteR's attack was like the silliest thing ever, where he was like, oh, well, I'm just going to lose this game.
Well, I mean... At the end there, I think TaeJa thought, he's like, all right, well, his whole army is up this ramp. I can pin him on the ramp, and I can get a good concave, and I can just win through concave. And so he's like, I'm going to stim in there and get it. But then TricKsteR actually had some really good force fields. He's like, I'm going to put force fields right here so you can't actually get a concave, which will buy me just enough time to get down my ramp in a nice line that's actually going to be a better concave because I just force filled your army in half. So it was actually just really well played by TricKsteR as well. TaeJa thought he had the perfect moment to attack, and it was actually like 1 second off of the perfect moment to attack, and TricKsteR was like, all right, well, then I'm just going to outplay you in this battle.
We just had so many force fields, and the Medevacs were killed. That one Medevac he lost. Not only did he lose that Medevac that was trying to drop in the natural, but he actually lost units inside the Medevac. So he just lost like a ton of units, and he pulled his SCVs, and they never participated in the fight. And, I mean, I guess maybe TaeJa's thinking when he went to attack up the ramp the first time was like, well, maybe he won't be paying attention like when he wasn't paying attention to his Void Ray that was in my base. I don't know. Like, never, ever, ever Terrans out there, newbie Terrans or Terrans who are aspiring to be top players, don't attack up a ramp when you know there are sentries and force fields up there. Don't do that. It's actually like the #1 fundamental of Terran versus Protoss. Don't do that. All right, we're going to have Marine King versus JYP. It's loading up here. The map is Terminus.
Yes, indeed. Marine King Prime at 1-2. This is actually his last game. He needs to win this game to have any chance of there being any kind of strange situation where he can win. We're going to find out in just a moment. JYP is at 1-1, so he needs this win to tie for first in the group. We're going to find out in just a second who is going to win here at the GSL with Moltrap and Wolf.